Hello, everyone, and welcome to Manga Palate, the show where I, Pasticie Luna, here with my co-host,
Manga Chef Isaiah.
read or watch a thing and, talk about it. Right now, you might be able to hear the Manga Chef Isaiah sounds different. That's because he got a real mic, and that's our plan for the future. And because the Manga Chef Isaiah was very cool on the topic of today, we decided to get a guest. A very good friend of ours who we've mentioned on the show, I want to say 5 times already. Uh, his name, according to the Wu-Tang name generator, is Quiet Observer. That couldn't be more of a lie.
I'm
Carl!
okay. Honestly, it was once Foolish Warrior, and I was
It
okay
was
with that.
last time we checked. I don't know how it changed in 2 days.
Wu
What are
Tang.
you, what's the secret Wu-Tang name generator?
Your name
What do you
depends on
know
the
that
day.
I don't know?
It's Sunday,
No,
so today I'm
because I
quiet.
wrote my name again, and I got the same exact one I got like 2 years ago. Vulgar Overlord. That didn't change.
Are you sure it
Just-
wasn't uploaded on a Sunday?
No, because it was like on a weekday because we were hanging out at school. That was
Ah.
back when I went to school.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Anywho, Manga Chef Isaiah, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about Lucky Number 13.
Correct. Lucky number 13 is a yaoi manga. Well, shonen I more so than yaoi. The distinction is whether or not you see a dick. Really, that's all it is. And I did this. I chose because I say it a lot, and today I wanted to prove it. I am down with the Fujos. I love this fucking manga, and since Manga Chef Isaiah was like,
Yeah, I don't really feel anything about it.
yeah, I don't know how. Anyway, we needed somebody to talk to, and I brought a good friend of ours who's also really, really into yaoi and shonen ai manga.
I'm being attacked.
How is that an attack? That's a fact. That's a fact. I did not even insult you in the tiniest bit in that sentence. How fucking dare you? I should attack you for that. When I see you tomorrow, I'll beat you up.
You're gonna do that anyway.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Depends. Depends.
It is a Monday.
It is a Monday. You tend to upset me on Mondays. Anywho, Lucky number 13 ran from May 22nd, 2009 to May 21st, 2011. Almost 2 years to the day. And it's only 12 chapters and 2 volumes. So clearly it was one of those bi-monthly manga. Anywho, Karl, as our guest, would you like to tell everyone what Lucky number 13 was about?
Okay, so Lucky 13 is a fun little manga about a kid. I actually started writing down names. Sato.
Yeah.
I wrote specifically accident loser, and
I wrote Doom Curse. So we're on the
That's
same track.
lovely. And he, this guy who I call Glasses Yankee, Tsubaki.
That's funny that you call him Yankee because he's an otaku, and those are the opposite. Juvenile delinquent versus nerdy loser. Also, his last name is Sumabuki, which is way more fancy. Yeah, his name is actually supposed to be a reference to an actor, and then that's why the first time he's like going to the Gokon, the chicks are like, Sumabuki, like that famous actor, and then they see this tall, gangly asshole, and they go, oh.
And then he just starts talking about baseball, just
That-
lots of mutterings.
Yeah,
Um,
what I wrote here about him was baseball nerd.
That's fun. But yeah, he observes that the accident loser Sato is being dumped by his current boyfriend.
Shimizu.
You even took the time to write.
I wrote down everything I needed to know. So there's a
Okay.
list of the amounts of accidents, and then a couple of other things.
I specifically wrote down his best friend's name, Hayashida, because it was like he's a hero.
Hayashida, yeah.
Okay.
Hayashita's great.
He's just watching all this happen. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with my friend. Oh God, he's dying.
This is up to you, but you do realize you're gonna die soon. Yes, I do. All right, cool. And that was about the length of the conversation.
Exactly. But yeah. So generally, he sees them break up, and the next morning he wakes up and he sticks his head outside, and he finds Sato hanging from a branch, and he's
Yeah,
like,
as if that's a normal to do. As if he's like, oh, hey, it's you again. And well, it turns out Sato lives like 2 floors above him, so he just fell out the window for some reason.
It's
No,
funny, like
yeah, go on.
when I first saw that, like I actually thought that was like a normal thing because like when you actually look at the character, like
You thought hanging off the branch is a normal thing?
I read enough yaoi mangas to see like his specific character design has been made fun of looking like a bird. So I was
Oh,
like,
that's
yes.
interesting. I normally see him as the cutesy one, which is manga continues to push.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't disagree. That's
So-
fine. That's fair. Compared to the 6'5" baseball otaku, yeah, he is the cute one.
I mean, we have.
I
diff-
know you like heights. Yeah.
Oh,
I know you
know.
like heights.
I know.
That's fine.
Okay,
Expose. There. Now you can say we are attacking you.
being attacked. Cold Lyoko.
Wait. No. Shut up. Shut up. I'm not Xana. Shut up.
I don't know. You're over the computer. I can't tell.
You see me 3 times a week. What? What? Did the spirit leave the computer and then possess me and it's been running the long con for 5 years?
You
Be
know-
realistic, Carl.
I don't know. You
Xana would have
seem to
long
know-
since killed you.
You seem to know enough about Xana to possibly be him.
They'll fucking stab you tomorrow. You watch. You watch. For once your paranoid fear of random stabbings will be correct.
Would it be
Yeah,
random
welcome,
then?
Carl. Yeah.
Would it be? Because you don't know when it's gonna happen. Could be when we're talking about character creation. Then shank, that'd be that. Could be when you said, hey, go get me a drink, and then I come back, get you the drink, shank. You don't know.
Ah, that's where you're
You
wrong.
don't know.
All I want to see is my own blood.
Is it going to be matcha colored?
You shut your mouth. I drink enough green tea that might be
Drink
true.
a lot of it.
I'm
Okay, back to the topic at hand.
Yeah. Yes, but
Um,
so pulls him through the window and he's like, okay, okie dokie, what's going on? And he tells him about, yeah, you know, my name.
horrible
he-
doom curse.
begins the doom when he asks him, hey, let's go out. And immediately he's just like, sure. Which he
Day
finds
1. Bird attack.
immediately afterwards, glasses break. Why?
Bird attack. I like that because that is really, really random. Like getting hit by a random ball like happens 5 times. That's fair. You can't really predict where those things happen. Of course, doom curse. So yeah, but that's like at least reasonable. The fact that a bird dropped a fish skeleton onto him and then 2 birds attacked him trying to get the fish skeleton is comical. That's unrealistic.
Birds don't generally just attack people. Well,
Yeah, I mean sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
but
the
I mean-
eagles can carry small children, but you know, like that's a little different than I'm just walking with my friend to class. Oh God, bird attack!
please don't say that. The moment you said it, I'm just like thinking to myself, I immediately just imagine a child being carried off by an eagle in some land
That
far away.
happens. That
Like
happens.
in Washington, where clearly they are known
They
to
are
be.
massive. It's terrifying. They can carry like 220 pounds.
Oh, that's funny.
That they can easily snatch a child. It's pretty terrifying.
You're gonna
The fact
feed my
we
children.
have hawks here in New York, and they just eat pigeons, and we don't see because it happens so high up. Pigeons are just like walking around. The hawk comes in, snatches them. That's it. That's bye pigeon. That's it. And we are lucky they have continued to eat pigeons and never decided to take designs towards babies.
They're too high up.
Fortunate.
The
They're
babies
too
will
high
never
up.
reach.
The baby won't reach. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem is the baby won't reach. Not the hawk won't dive down. The baby can't hit the 7th story. If the baby was on the 7th story, fuck, free. Stay free, baby. It's exactly like fucking Tearzu said. Humans are very vulnerable at the beginning of the meta, at the beginning of the game. They're worth a lot of free XP. It's dangerous.
If anything, maybe the eagle will carry him off, and he will teach the baby how to hate.
Oh, like Black Condor? The guy whose superpower is I was raised by birds so I can fly. Comics are retarded. Okay, again, we're
sorry.
moving really far away
I'm
from
sorry,
the topic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
This is what I meant to. Okay, but like I'll just sum it up immediately.
they're going out.
Yeah, they're going out. Finds out that his mom gave him hereditary disease, which makes him more accident prone.
Doom curse.
Curse.
I like how the mom explains it away as like, all right, you know how some people are like allergic to fish and eggs? Okay, he's like allergic to good things. And then Sumabuki just goes, okay.
It's
Like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
it's so fun because then like after that, he's just like, please. It's literally before he broke up with him because they were going out for like 3 days. And he's like, please, I don't want to see you hurt. And then he's just banging on his door like, I did not sign the contract. You will not break up with me.
A lot of baseball analogies.
So much.
Like almost every chapter, he gets in 2 baseball analogies. Like, oh, I made the cut. Oh, cool. This is exactly like blank example from baseball. Like when this pitcher went up against this fucking batter. Like, he uses a lot of really specific baseball analogies.
In my notes, I specifically made sure to write down play ball because he was talking about that when he wanted to have sex.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about having sex. He's like, man, I right now I really want to play ball.
And I'm just like, oh, God.
That's a way to put it. That's one way to put it.
I was scared. What a character this is.
Yeah, he's a crazy person.
You leave him alone. He's tall.
That's not... What?
He's defending him because he's tall.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not crazy. You can be tall and crazy.
I'll defend
you can also
anyone
be
as
short
long
and crazy.
What? Well, that's
you.
I mean, but yeah, I'm short.
So you're crazy, but that's not how that works.
The shorter you are, the closer you are to the Earth, where things inside are withering around and causing people to go mad. It's simple fact.
No, the crazy things are out in space. That's what H.P. Lovecraft taught me.
Yeah, but
the craziest shit is way too far for people to understand. Like, maybe it's at the bottom underneath, like, the thing that cannot be, like Jaturga that's underneath the Antarctic. Like, it's places where people aren't. It wouldn't be close to us, otherwise we'd always be crazy. It's just you. You're functionally a homeless person in a lot of ways.
We're getting off topic.
Mind you,
This
I
is
want to
Manga
talk
Palate.
about... I have something to say about the fact that this shit's crazy. On their first date, yeah, Sumabuki loses his glasses, and Sato goes, "Hey, we should get you new glasses. That'll be a fun date." Cool. A car drives through the boutique and almost fucking flattens him.
That is a fun thought, only because, like, literally, when he has to get his next pair of glasses, they're literally rushing in, and, like, Sato's at the door, like, I'm looking for cars!
Let's go! I can keep my eyes out.
Like,
apparently it's just gonna happen now.
Yeah. And, I mean, besides that, it's mostly just a manga where it's, like, trying to show, like, he's trying to stay in love with him, and he's kind of, like, feeling iffy.
Yeah, well, Shimabuki super loves Sato. What I find interesting about Sato is that Sato isn't necessarily gay. He's not also necessarily straight. He's just kind of willing to accept anybody. And that's because his mom told him from a young age, hey, here's the thing. You have a doom curse. So if anybody says they want to go out with you, the doom curse goes to them. So just go out with them. Don't overthink it. And when Sumabuki hears that, he goes, wouldn't that mean lots of innocent people would die? And the mom responds with, I would do anything for my son. He goes, okay! Innocent people dying is okay.
Specifically wrote in my notes, why aren't gay people just gay? Then,
yeah, that's the thing I feel about this manga. Like, there's that part, right, where they meet Takahashi, the gay baseball otaku, and they're at the game. Takahashi flat out says, hey, I'm gay. Like, oh, cool, you guys are a gay couple. And then Tsunabuki and Sato go like, it's a little complicated. And I'm like, that's a really easy way to worm yourself out of having to make it gay.
It's like I specifically had to put in my notes, Takahashi, only gay person ever. Like,
only gay person in the yaoi manga. Because almost every yaoi manga is like, I'm not gay, but you're so different. You're special to me.
Material.
Yeah, that's the good one. That's the good one. When he's talking to his fucking friend, and then he goes like, "Are you sure you could keep doing this?" Like, totally. They'd be like, "I don't know. Don't you ever think about anything else?" No. Sato-san is in fact my masturbation material. Sato's coming up behind to give him like a surprise, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And he turns around like, "Oh, did you hear that? How much of that did you hear? I heard the part about you jerking off to me." And he's like, "Well, okay. Does that bother you?" Sort of, not really. I don't know. This is weird. Which is again, how is that not gay? How's like fucking just be okay with it.
Like,
Also, Sumabuki has never gone out with anybody. So Sumabuki apparently has never really come to a decision. Because when he met with the girls, right, for the Gokon, he was like nervous. But I can't tell if he was actually interested in any of them because the entire time he's just thinking about Sato.
hey man, he had someone that he was interested when he was in kindergarten. Can't
Yeah,
forget that.
I guess there's that, but like he was 5. I don't know if that really was all that deep.
Fun thing that I put in my notes. He definitely does have a superiority complex. Like when he did his superiority triangle, or hierarchy. Like he.
Oh
Like,
yeah. The thing about like how many people have you dated? Why do you want to know that? Because if you think about it, this is like a pyramid, and right now I'm at the top of the pyramid because I'm dating you. So the more people that failed with you, that means the more people I've beaten, and therefore I am at the top of this chart. What I like about that is that like Sato trying to make conversation mentions Koshien, which I don't know if people know what Koshien is. Does anyone know what Koshien is?
no.
Okay. Koshien is like basically the World Series of high school baseball teams.
Mhm.
So it's like only the best of the best high school baseball teams get together to play in the Koshien, and it's like proof that you're going to enter the professional leagues if you're able to get the Koshien. So there's that part where Sato goes, "Hey, did you ever get to the Koshien? You're so into baseball." Sumobuki goes, "Man, I wasn't even on the team." They're like, "Wow, wow, you just really love baseball then, huh? Like to the core."
Oh man, that reminds me. I completely forgot when he took him out to date when they go to the batting ring and like he
I gets fucking wrecked in the ribs.
yeah, and Sato
Yeah.
immediately gets a home run. And he's like, I have never gotten a home run ever.
I have a list of the 10 times he's been hurt. So like, number 1 is bird attack. Number 2 is glasses shatter. Number 3 is Karl almost murders him through boutique. Number
Wait,
4 is
wait a
frisbee to face. Number 5 is volleyball for glasses again. Number 6 is hit by pitching machine in the ribs. Number 7 is phone falls onto his face and breaks his nose again. 8 is shuttlecock hits him in the face. Number 9, baseball to the back of the head, which probably should have knocked him unconscious. And 10, baseball glasses broken again. Because he gets his brand new glasses. Like you mentioned, they're doing that thing. It's like, I'm looking out. Just keep your eyes open. Ah, shit. But then immediately after he gets them, they break again anyway.
Oh man.
But you know what matters? They love each other. So who gives a shit? Which is, like you said, the ethos of the whole thing. But damn if it isn't a comedy of errors up to that point.
Oh, totally. One big thing I definitely wanted, was interested in, is how this manga has an unrealistic concept of height.
Yeah, 198. Shit. And then everyone else is like a foot and a half shorter than him.
Yeah.
There's not a single person even kind of close to his height.
And I'm looking at the when they were doing the boat ride, and you see all the two people together on the boat, and they're going off, and it's like, oh, can I sit next to you? And it's like, there's no possible way you can sit next to me. I'm like, okay, I understand you're tall, but does not mean you're wide as hell.
Yeah, it doesn't mean your legs are the size of tree trunks. You can shuffle over a little bit, but then he does the gayer thing, which is sit between his legs.
I'm surprised he didn't get a boner.
I am also surprised he didn't get a boner because right after that he talks about jerking off. So clearly he's aroused, but I guess it didn't do it enough. I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't get how gay he is.
When you're tall, you have the power to control boners. It's true.
That's why you love the tall people so much.
You
They
should.
didn't have to deal with high school. Oh shit! Oh no, it's happening, and you can't do anything about it in class.
Shoot me. Shoot me now. Shoot me over the Skype call I had. Dead.
How does everyone love Manga Chef Isaiah saying literally nothing? This is This is the Watamote episode
I said something
over
at the beginning.
again.
I said my name. I said, got a new mic.
I said that.
Yeah,
You didn't say that. You didn't even say that.
I said my name.
You said that twice.
That's not my title.
That's his first name, not his last name.
Manga Chef, I forgot your name. Can I get a sandwich?
Wow. Wow.
We're friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
You, you don't need to remember your friends' names.
I guess not. I guess not, especially friends you see like 3 to 4 times a week. Anywho, um, something I want to mention, Sumabuki, despite being freakishly tall, is also younger than Sato.
Yes.
Sato's 19, Sumabuki's 18. There's only one time he ever referred to him as senpai, and that's when they was like, like you said, Sato said, "We're breaking up because I don't want to see you get hurt." And he's like, "I did not sign the contract." And I'm like, that's another baseball analogy, isn't it? Always with the baseball analogies, this guy. Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I definitely want to talk about. So, in my day, I've heard of the concept of Netflix and chill, but like, shower and dip.
Shower and run away. Theory.
Shower and run.
Shower and run with the speed of Kenyans. It was impressive. I still love he's like, so they meet Takahashi like we said before, and then Takahashi asks Sumabuki to hang out, and Takahashi's very clearly gay, like he says it straight out, and Sumabuki's like, okay, cool, whatever, we're both baseball nerds, we'll be friends, and Sato's like, hey, I'm jealous, you want to just, fuck, and he's like, so he's like, okay, hey ma, quick piece of advice. Sumabuki and I are going to spend our first night together. What happened when you and Dad spent your first night together? And he goes like, hey, Sumabuki, I can't do this right now. I got something to go to do. And then it turns out, so Sato's mom, when her and his father were going to spend their first night together, a wall fell down because of termites. Sato, entirely forgetting he lives in a reinforced steel apartment, goes out to get spray for termites. And when he goes out to get the spray for the termites, the guy at the counter goes, wait, I didn't know your apartment was made out of wood. That's pretty rare. I don't know. How old is the building? At which point Sato goes, nah, my building is made of reinforced steel. And he goes, why are you getting termite spray? And he goes, oh shit.
Also, let's talk about like how I blocked this in because it's probably my favorite thing ever. If you won't love me, I'll burn the dorm down with sex. Like, he specific.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Like, after he acts him like out, he was, to come by his apartment. He's like, yeah, that hotel set on fire, but if anything, I want to hang out with you, and I wonder if the whole boarding house will burn. And I was like, wow, you just really want to prove how much you love him compared to Takahashi.
I personally love the fact that Takahashi, after coming on very strongly to Sumabuki and getting turned down, Sumabuki first realizes what the conversation with Sato was, when Sato was like, can't you tell he's hitting on you? And Sumabuki's like, nah, that's unreasonable. That's stupid.
He's never dated
anyone. But then when he's leaving, fucking Takahashi goes, hey, by the way, if you break up with your boyfriend because of this, because he called you right now and he heard a bit of our conversation, but then your phone broke so you couldn't answer him, call me. And Sumabuki's like, that's a really fucking mean thing to say. Also, why are you smiling when this is happening? You're mean. Bye. That's something amazing about. By the way, if it does go poorly, I'm still like right here. Just keep that in mind. If you weren't sure you're gay, I'll help you make sure. All right, see you later.
It's okay. He's not gay. They're not gay.
They're not gay. They're just really, really passionate about each other.
Yeah, it happens. Masturbate when you have a masturbating material.
Also, Takahashi's 20, so it's only been getting escalating. It's 18, 19, 20. Imagine the next person would be 21.
At this point, I almost feel like the mom is 21. Did you see her?
Ah, she looks like his sister. She does not look like his mother. Which is why I like that when Sumabuki sees her, he goes, Madam, are you a witch? And she goes, most of the time people say I look young. They don't say you're a witch. But, okay. Okay.
Ah, yes.
That is, in fact, the first thing one would say. But I know you're also probably doom cursed. So are you a witch? Also, Dad is dead. Which gives Sumabuki a second of like, oh fuck, am I about to die?
I specifically wrote down they built a house with his life insurance. True
They
love.
didn't build his house with his life insurance. They kept the life insurance. The man who ran over the dad said, "Oh fuck, I'm sorry," and built a house. So they still had the money for the life insurance after that. That's exactly how she said it. The man who happened to cause the accident that killed my husband was also the proprietor of a very wealthy construction group. So he happened to build a house because he felt so sorry, and it's more than I could have ever afforded with the inheritance. So we've just been living with that. So that means the guy who fucking came into the accident was like, "Well, I fucked up. Okay, fine. This is the one thing I can do. How about we build you a nice house where you can have a little shrine to your dead husband. I'm sorry."
Fun.
But yeah. So, okay. Now that we've more or less talked about what the manga is, overall discussion, I find it strange, or I guess maybe I don't find it particularly strange in this case, but in the overall, as far as yaoi manga go, how many are we're not gay, but I am gay for this person?
Oh no.
I get it. Men don't write this. Gay guys don't write this. It's women who write this, and women write this for other women. I super get that. I just never understood this weird like fetishization of, oh, it's only you though. I guess is my point.
I get that.
I'm only gay for you.
Yeah, that's kind of how this manga went.
I just wanted to say something.
I needed to say one more thing so you can't dunk on me again.
One quick thing. Oink oink.
Oh, and he gets a harder boner. That was so good. Where he's like, just being around you was really making me want to go at it. And he goes, "Fine, you've left me to no choice." And Sato pushes his nose in and goes, "Oink oink, I'm a piggy," which in Japanese would be like, "Boo-hee, boo-hee." And then fucking Sumabuki's nose just starts bleeding, and Sato goes, "Seriously? Still?" And Sumabuki's like, "The face was cute. I don't know what you want me to say." Which is a feeling I understand all too well.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. I've read quite a bit of yaoi manga to know that is a big concept that definitely shows up in a lot of them. Yeah, you already won. There's even a lot of mangas where begins the manga the person's dating a female, and as it goes on,
or married.
Yes.
I remember one that's like a dad and his son, and then he's living life with the mom, and the mom passes away, and the dad goes to a bar to just relax, and he immediately falls in love with the bartender, who's a dude. And I'm like, how did that happen? How did that instantaneously change? And he was like, "I've never been interested in men. It's just you're so good with my son." And I'm like, that's not super. What?
Clearly, it's the subtext.
I guess.
You think they're trying to write it to be like, this is him at his most honest self? I like it for 20 years.
I like to think this is one of those things that Japan loves to do, which is this is the person you were always meant to be with.
This is the best person for you.
This is the best person for you. You didn't know it.
Best boy.
I don't know. It feels weird because I've read stuff written by gay guys, and it's very different. It's a lot more grounded in the experience I've had hanging out with gay guys. And having gone out with one or two guys myself. Oh, by the way, yes, that is why I'm down with the Fujos. As far as I'm concerned, as long as you're pretty, we're good. Which is why I was totally understanding of where Sumabuki was coming from. The chapter picture to chapter 8, the cover picture for chapter 8, I was like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, I'm gonna scroll down now. Can't be doing that at 8 in the morning.
That's fine. It's fine. You're at home.
It's not
You're
fine. I was on the train. It's not fine.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was on my way to work, genius.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow, tights and shorts and no, I got something to do. I got places to be. I gotta teach math in an hour. I can't afford to be doing this.
To children?
No, it's like a 19-year-old, but nevertheless.
Hey.
I'm standing in front of a board. I don't need them to make it look like I'm stuffing markers in my pants. Anywho,
It's just
yeah.
markers.
It's just, I get 4 markers in the morning from the office, and I just put them all in my pocket today. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Why are there 4 markers on the board then? Don't worry about it. I said don't worry about it. Maybe I took 8. Who cares?
I need extra.
The point is, so yeah, I really like it. I just feel kind of weird about the fact that they're anxious about actually literally being in a homosexual relationship.
Based on the style of that's written, it definitely does feel like more of an old manga, and I guess
it's from 2009.
Eh.
So from where we're at now, that's 10 years old. But from where Yaoi manga is from,
definitely
not that old.
Yeah, like I definitely read some really really older ones, and I am definitely.
Well, you just don't say anything. They just don't say anything. Like Eroica with Love, where like the protagonist is like a beautiful bouffant. He basically looks like fucking the singer from Led Zeppelin, and then the other guy has like very long, straight black hair, and he looks like all rigid. And then they're constantly at odds, but they're very clear. And the one of the guys is like, "Oh yeah, no, I fuck everybody," and the other guy's like, I don't know about you. And they never say anything, but it's very obvious where we're at.
I'm sorry.
That was in the 80s. Pata Rio and shit like that.
Oh no. Like it's funny. Like right now, I'm currently on Manga Hasu, and I'm just kind of like, I just went to the yaoi part, and I just kind of like clicked to the last page. I'm just looking at some of these things, and like you can clearly tell by the art design that some.
Yeah. The look, man. The look tells you everything from where we're at. A lot of old yaoi manga looks a lot like old josei and shoujo manga because it's the same people. It's written for women by women, so it ends up looking a lot like shit that's written regularly for women and by women.
For woman, by woman.
Yeah, which is weird, but I don't know. I guess it's sort of escapist also, because it's like, hey, I don't have to worry about myself. I can project here with the beautiful guy or with the cool big guy or whatever the fuck it is, you know? I don't really get it. But that's me. I never understood it. That's why I don't understand guys who are really into like shoujo ai or like yuri manga. Like I don't know. I've tried reading a few, but it's never really gotten to me. I think there was one recently that I found. It's like, I feel weird saying this, but if it was 2 guys, I'd probably super in on this, which is like adorable amnesia. Which is like a girl wakes up after having a mild concussion, and she has a case of amnesia, and her girlfriend is like there with her, and then at first it's like she's lost the memories, but she hasn't lost the feelings of affection. So like she'll see her and goes like, "We're dating," and she's like, "Yeah." It's like, it's like that, and I'm like, "Oh, this is fun," but I'm not super invested.
One that I was one I'm really into, that kind of like I feel had a similar height thing. Atsu no Dai Honi?
Atsu no Dai what?
Aitsu no Daihonmei. I'm pretty sure you know this one.
Huh. Daihonmi. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, you've never seen this one before?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember it.
Main character Yoshida, almond-shaped eyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that now. The second you said almond eyes, and yeah, where he's like, where the other guy used to be super fat, and now he's like super skinny and handsome,
and like,
it's like I fucking love you.
I love you so much. And then it's like you're looking at all the characters in the school, and everyone in the school ends up just being gay for someone else. And I'm just like, what's happening?
Yeah. That reminds me of another thing I read, which the name is gone from me right now, but it was like something Guta He something. But it was like, so there's this leader of a Yankee group, and the second the commander gay and in love, but they haven't said anything to anybody. And then it turns out all the other members of the gang are also gay and involved with someone else in the gang. And it's like, oh, this is fucking... Well, it turns out we were all gay. Oh, what a real secret. Everyone was gay the whole time. Because everyone else is like, oh, I don't know how they would react to me being gay. And they're like, I don't know how they react to me being gay. Because, you know, we're all tough Yankee and the manliest of the men and blah, 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 blah. And then they're all gay. I was like, well, then I guess nothing needed to be hid, huh?
I mean, besides mostly reading those, I mostly read manhwas. And
yeah, you love the manhwas.
I do love the manhwas.
You really do. The negative space irks me. I can't. I just can't.
No, I get you. But I mean, like, definitely.
We've had this conversation before. I think the only manhwa I've ever read that I enjoyed was Killing Stalking. Killing Stalking is fucking crazy. So I was in on it. Interestingly enough, on topic, Killing Stalking is another yaoi thing, but it's really dark.
Oh, very dark.
That's why I'm glad the guy who's a fucking serial murderer is finally getting put away.
It's so dark that
it's about time. Oh, is she a fan for Tragedy?
She super loves it.
One of those people. Yeah.
She says it's so romantic, and I look at her weird.
With the murderer. With the murderer who was sexually abused by his mother.
I mean, it just tells you what type of person he is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm glad I never had to hang out with her for too long.
At least we have the arts to get it out.
No, you know, like if she's into tragedies, that's a scary thought. I don't wanna see what else is going on there.
But yeah.
By the way, have you read 10 Count? I think we've talked about 10 Count before. The guy who's like a germaphobe.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, 10 Count is weird.
I love it. 10 Count.
I love it. Yeah. Are you people happy? As I said before, I'm down with the Fujos. I'm proving it now. I'm so fucking in on so many stupid yaoi manga. I wanted to do one for the show, but I think it's a little bit long, so I feel maybe we might be able to bring it up if you've read it before. It's called Ruta to Kodama. Ruta. R-U-T-T-A.
R-U-T-T-A.
To Kodama.
Kodama. Let me see. Need to see a picture. I don't think I have, actually.
Oh, this is a super old one for me. This is like one of the first ones I read. So check it. You see the more effeminate one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Kodama. Kodama becomes the roommate to Ruta, the other guy. His name is Ruizaki Takao, but Kodama says it wrong, so he goes like Ruta, and everyone goes like, that's an adorable way to say that. Fuck it, we're calling him that now. And he's like, no. And then Ruta goes, hey, Kodama, I'm in love with you. And he's like, I don't know. And then Ruta just goes, okay, fine. And he just goes back to his stupid Yankee shit. And he's getting like all beaten up because he's angry about the fact that they're not in love. And it's the whole thing. And then Kodama comes over and goes, hey, I want to go out with you so you can stop fighting guys. And he's like, okay, cool. And then it actually starts. Oh, boy.
I'm like currently skimming through pages, and at first I thought I knew this manga, but then I realized to myself, wait, I can tell that this is one of those art styles where like all the characters have like a similar look. So I was like,
all the manly dudes are sharp, and all the pretty boys are round.
And they got it.
That's yaoi manga. That's yaoi manga, baby.
Like I'm looking at the guy's eyes, and I'm like, yes, I've seen those eyes before.
Sharp.
And it's
if you're a manly man, you got the sharp eyes.
Me.
If you're the pitcher, you got the sharp eyes. If you're the catcher, you got the full tareme round eyes.
Oh, don't use that term. Oh God,
that's the reality.
I'm ruined.
My favorite is that in Japanese, the version of that is neko and tachi, and neko is what you call the catcher. He's a little kitty boy.
Nico.
That's different. Nico is different. Man, I love you, Brendan Williams. Brendan Williams out there as a professional wrestler. And the signature move is the Nico Ni. And he's like, nobody knows. But we know. We know.
Oh, God.
Nico! Nay! And then he runs and knees a dude in the chest. It's the best.
He does the horns, too.
Yeah, well, he does the little, like, kitsune mouth thing. I love it. Also, his other move is called Cruel Angel's Thesis. Yeah! Sankoku no Tenshi no Thesis. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, the man's a hero. That's why I want him to move past NXT and get onto, like, Raw or SmackDown or something. Like, get really out there. But for now, he's already on the main stage, so that's good enough for me. So, okay. Now that we finished talking about the manga, I guess, food time.
Dude.
Food?
So it's sweet. It's not very heavy. But it's got a little bit to it. So what about a type of cake?
We're going to cake already. Alright.
What?
I'm just saying, it's light, but it's not very light, you know? It's not like it's a cookie or a cracker.
Like an omelet?
The death thing. No.
No.
See, it's gotta be sweet, because it's romantic.
Chocolate omelet?
That's
A
gross.
chocolate omelet, you sicken me. Why did we bring you on this fucking show? You sicken me.
Get off the show.
Get
I
out
don't
right
want
now.
you back.
Get out. Hang up right now.
I don't. It's my first
You're banned.
time.
It is your first time. You're banned. You're banned already. Never come on this show. No.
What
But
is
seriously. Yeah. Now you're socially dead. You've been banned from Manga Palate.
What is there under Manga Palate?
Everything.
What?
We're better than Schmucks, hosted by Psychic Pebbles. We're better than the official podcast. We're better than Castle Super Beast. We're better than Continue Cast. You don't even know. You don't listen to podcasts like I do. You don't know.
You're right. I read dirty fan fiction like a psychopath.
You listen to a reader dictate fan fiction to you, which I can't believe you do that. If only because you said, and I quote, you know, after listening to the robot voice enough times, I can hear the inflections. And I'm like, Carl, you're imagining inflections. Because it's literally programmed to not do that.
Okay, let's talk. If you hear her,
Shut up,
if
Carl.
you hear her,
Seriously, let's get into the food before we go back into a tangent. Okay, so it's sweet.
I like a light cake. Alright.
Yeah, I want to say something airy. So, like,
Something like, or liquidy.
okay, how
Milk
about,
chocolate?
no, that's too stiff. I mean, okay, how about, shit. Okay, there's this stupid fucking, like, German cake thing that's, like, the inside is mostly soft. Wolfgang Puck had a video where he made it.
I was gonna say sponge cake.
It's like a sponge cake, but it's even airier. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. You guys keep discussing meanwhile.
So Isaiah, what is your thoughts on Yaoi?
I like some of
Don't
them.
fucking lie. On the overall, it's like, yes. This one was no.
Yeah, this one was no.
This one was like, okay.
But I read, what's it called? The one with Fujisaki. Wow, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, Scandal, and also
I like those.
Mistake. Mistake was really well written. I'll agree with you there. So it's not to say that it's impossible for him to like Yaoi or Shonen Ai. It's just this one didn't click with him.
Was it because the characters, in their own way, kind of felt too manly in a way? Also because, or something like that?
You say that. The little squishy guy is not manly.
No,
at all.
he wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. I think there was just there wasn't too much going on here.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was like, okay, I like baseball a lot.
Because Mistake was like heavy.
Yeah.
Mistake and Scandal are like intense emotionally. But this is not so much. But that's how a lot of romance things are when it comes to manga. So I think that's honestly what it was. I don't really know. That's why we brought you on, so I couldn't just like talk to a wall.
I was gonna say it's just like, oh, they like each other. That's it.
Oh, whoopie fucking do. That's every romance thing ever, genius.
Oh,
No, I mean, like,
some
they like
romance
each other,
where they
like-
don't like each other.
And then they like each other. In the end, it doesn't matter.
There are some that it ends up where they don't.
I've never seen that.
I've seen some. Oh Lord, I've seen some.
Yeah, but then again, you also obsessively listen and read to fan fiction. So, I'm not surprised you've seen some real trash out there.
Please, fans of Manga Palate, find me and NB now. Please.
Hey, what are you? People who's listening who don't actually know. I'm going to give you Carl's address in the description. Find him. Gun him down.
Please, I am a degenerate.
Also, I found the name of the thing. Kaiserschmarrn.
Is it German?
I literally opened with saying it's this German thing. I don't know the fucking name of it.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, it's actually technically Austrian, but it's like a shredded pancake sort of thing where the center is loaded with all the sweet bits. So like you get the version that I saw was like this half-baked cake where the middle of it was filled with cream. It was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in Vienna, they call it the Emperor's Trifle.
Ooh.
It sounds really cool and really neat, and it's really fluffy and airy, and it's not hard to make. And on top of it, you throw fruit. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Airy, not a lot to it, but still pretty sweet. And also, because Kaiserschmarrn is really light, you can eat it pretty quickly, which is an apt descriptor to a manga that is 12 chapters long, and that's it.
Yeah, it took me like 2 hours to read.
Took me 20 minutes, but then again, we
You
read
read
at very
really
different
fast.
paces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was
now we have a
furious.
measurement.
I was trying to furiously. I was just saying incredibly fast, but I was also trying to furiously scroll past that chapter opening page. So there's also that.
Oh, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, not the best time to be doing that when it gets to you. You know.
Oh,
you
hey,
don't want to be reading Monmusu on the train.
I did
Can,
it.
but every once in a while you're like worried somebody's looking over at like Sue sucking out the goo from Key, which involves going from her nipple.
Ah, jeez.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
You
geez.
just
Hey, I
gotta
just
put your
realized.
back on the train doors or something.
No, that doesn't work. I've
What
tried.
were you gonna say? Oh,
I was looking through my notes and I realized I forgot one last bit that I forgot to put in.
go on.
How do you forget that your boyfriend's symptoms include death?
What do you mean? When
Lisa-
he remembered the dad, it was like, oh yeah, I could die.
No. When he was on the boat and he was like, now that I'm out in the middle of the ocean, I completely just realized there is a high possibility that I'm going to die. And I'm just like, how do you forget that? You were in the middle of the ocean. You were at your
They
weakest.
were in the middle of a lake, I think.
Weakest.
I would actually argue, if you know how to swim, then you're fine. The fuck are you worried about? Do you not know if you can swim or not? Did you forget you could swim? What?
I mean-
That's the real question there.
You
It's
forgot.
Because if you're fine, if you can swim, whatever, you know? Because the thing of the boat flipping over is you go under the boat and you have an air pocket and you're fine to push it over. You know, whatever. If you don't know how to swim, then yes, this was a poor decision. Don't go out to open water if you can't swim. Don't be like DJ Khaled and randomly start speedboating in one direction and then be shocked when you don't see land. Which again, I will always answer to that, dude. Just make a full 180 and you're going back to land. It didn't need to be a mystery.
Hey man, he might not have a compass. He might accidentally go
He had
like
his phone. He was fucking Instagramming. He could have just used a GPS.
phones can be compasses.
Just
Shut up.
download an app.
Shut up right now.
There's an app for that. But
Yes.
do I have? But
Yes,
do I
there
have
is.
Wi-Fi?
But don't say it like that. It's branded. we might get sued.
Or
As
use
if-
Google Maps.
Oh,
Shut
shoot.
up! Stop saying brand. We're gonna get sued.
The brand.
Actually,
Berserk.
oh, the brand of the God Hand. That is
Yeah.
different. Everybody remember Raypulse. Raypulse, the most terrifying of demons.
Oh god.
Did we settle on Kaiserschmarrn or no?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Good.
I didn't know how to
Good.
spell it.
The answer is Kaiserschmarrn. Look it up. You
I'm trying to,
uncultured
but I really
kid.
don't know. Kaiser.
The first time I looked it up, I accidentally typed it in wrong and got a picture of a woman that was super excited and jumping up in the air and was like, I don't know what this is.
I do wonder how you misspelled that. I sent it to you, you
I got no
uncultured
suggestions.
swine.
Okay, thank you.
Being uncultured is part of who I am.
No, it's not. That's not what defines you. It's your love of trash. Which in its own way is a subculture unto itself.
The more you say these things, the more I feel that these are qualities that in fact define me and many
Yes.
people I know.
Yeah. Karl, what show are you on? We designed our entire show around liking stupid things no one else cares about. Like, that's the ethos of Manga Palate. I like this thing. No one's talking about this thing. Let's talk about the thing. Why aren't more people talking about Jitsu wa Watashi wa? I am upset. We are talking about Jitsu wa Watashi wa.
I now understand.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? You've been reading it. It's fucking killer.
I'm up to chapter 91.
Exactly. And when did you start reading it?
Today.
Exactly. Because it's good. And that's like the entirety of this show. Like, I love Lucky Number 13. I really do. It's great. Sure, Isaiah's not too into it, but you get it. And the Fujos get it. Like, that's why we're doing this. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's great. I'll admit, it is not for everybody. And I'll admit, most people haven't read it. But it's good. And for those of you who are interested, go out and read it. By the way, that marks the end of the first part of the show. I was about to say half. The other part isn't technically half. It's time for the next part. Everybody shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
News.
Time for the news. Shut the fuck up.
Help.
Shut up. News. Manga Chef Isaiah, what do you have to say? What's your news story?
I found a visual novel page that updates pretty frequently on Steam.
How is that news and not a thing you like?
Alright, I'll switch it.
I'll kill you. I swear to God. You were the one who said let's do a news thing, and suddenly you don't know how to cover news? I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you.
Nothing I like is really coming out. I don't know. There was final round this weekend.
Okay.
That's
what happened?
Fighting game tournament. People won.
I fucking hate you sometimes. like we do this show, and like we hang out outside of the show because we're friends, and that's how we started this. But like sometimes we'll do this show, and I'll just think to myself, the person I chose for my partner. This is the person I elected. I'm like, Isaiah can hold the show down, and then it's like, Isaiah, what do you like about Audrey? I like her hair. Like I have nothing to say.
Right. There was
no, shut the fuck up. It's my turn. Shut the fuck up. It's my turn.
Right,
shut the fuck up. It's my turn.
Okay.
If I shut the fuck up, it's time for the news. Shut up. Here's what I have to say. Everybody remember Judge Eyes? I remember Judgment, the game I said it was coming out, the Yakuza game.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Shipments got canceled.
Oh no.
So here's the thing. For those of you who don't know, I think we might have mentioned it before, but Japan has very strict drug laws in general, but drug laws in particular, because they're emulating American drug laws, except Japan, being Japan, needs to double down on everything. And another thing is the cops have a 99% conviction rate, which is why, like I said before, if you get arrested, it's not innocent until proven guilty. It's just assumed you're going to jail. So, and when you go to jail, you become a social pariah. That's why they cover people's heads when they're going to jail, if they haven't been like fully convicted yet, because they don't want public opinion to immediately discount them, because that's just the nature of Japanese societal pressure. So, Pierre Taki, a voice actor in the game, and also a musician, was arrested on suspicion of using cocaine. Now, here's what happened. He didn't have cocaine on him. He didn't sell cocaine. He didn't get caught buying cocaine. They tested him, and he tested positive for cocaine. That's it. So, that's kind of strange, but okay, fine. And, it was the game decided, or the company, Sega, decided, well, guess what? We're running it back. We're not shipping it out till we can fully remove him from the game and re-record all his voice lines. So he's going to jail for 7 years, and Judgment or Judge Eyes got pushed back to who fucking knows when. And all the copies of the game that were on shelves, they're getting taken off. So they took it off of the online store, the digital store, immediately.
Jeez.
So who knows when Judge Eyes is coming out? Fucking.
Because the one guy got arrested.
Guy got arrested for cocaine use.
So anything associated with the game he did is gonna.
Yeah. That's Japan, baby. That's Japan. That's the country, which is why I always laugh when weebs are like, "Japan's the best country on the planet." I'm like, no, you don't know jack shit, do you? You don't know shit about shit. If that's the first thing you're coming up with. Like, look, it's such a great culture, peaceful, and blah blah. Hey, are you gay? You better not fucking show it if you're not in the city, because it's not about to be a good time. I remember living in the sticks, and like me being as I am, cute, good enough, it made a lot of people uncomfortable. But I could also beat them up, so they couldn't do shit about it. What are you gonna do? Call the guy who could beat you to death a fag? That's not gonna work. He'll just beat you to death. So I guess I avoided that. Well, time for the next part. See, we didn't ask our very special guest, quiet observer, Karl, for a news article, but this one anybody can do on the fly. Oh shit, I'm hyped.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay. So, Karl, as our guest, would you like to tell the people who are listening about a thing that you've been getting into or excited about recently?
You mean like a manga or
anything? A TV show, a manga, a book, a movie that like hasn't come out yet, but you're waiting for it. Anything you're excited about? Hell, I did an album once.
What I'm excited for? In terms of, I probably am currently reading. I'm super excited for. I have a new manga that I've started, and I'm super into it recently.
About it.
It's this manga called Wild City.
Okay.
It's it's a yaoi type of thing.
Okay.
Main character is a wolf hybrid guy.
Oh, is this gonna be one of those? Is this an Omegaverse thing?
No.
Oh.
How dare you?
Okay, it's not. Okay.
No.
Yeah, because I know about that.
Jeez.
I was about to say, is he not sure about who he is, and then he takes a test, and then like and then his best friend is an alpha or whatever.
I've read stuff like that. How dare you?
Thank you for confirming my knowledge.
I'm alive. I do.
Okay, so what is it? It's a yaoi thing, and there's a wolf guy.
Well, the thing that I really enjoy about it is that I read it before, but I read it the first one on Mangahasu, like the first 1 to 9 chapters came out in November 3rd, 2017. But recently,
holy shit!
Exactly.
That's 2 years ago.
I know.
Holy shit! Applause for you hanging on that long.
Yeah, but then like recently I got an update that like 10 to 28 was released on March 15th, 2019. I'm like, let's go back. We gotta read it.
It's time to get back in.
Yeah. It's generally about this guy who's like, I guess in love with his guardian, who is like this one, who's this other guy who's kind of like finds him cute, but like he's not gay per se. So he's generally kind of like stuck with the concept of like, yeah, I want to make him happy, but like I don't want to break his heart because he super wants to be with me, and like the guy super wants to be with this guy, but like there's this other character who has this weird eye pigment thing, and like he was bullying him at first, but like let me start off. I forgot to tell you, they all work for a delivery like a mail delivery company. So apparently the mail delivery company has like housing. So like when you work for a mail delivering company, you can live here on campus and deliver mail across the city. And then we sometimes go on trips. But yeah, like there's one character who is like treating him like crap, but he's slowly starting to be like, you know what, I'm actually kind of okay with you because I was crying in the middle of the night and you hugged me, and it's like, yeah,
an emotional moment.
Yep. He's still being a monster to him, but he's just like, I don't hate you as much as I hate you.
There's another part of me that's like, That makes me think of one of the other few manhwa I ever read that I liked, Fools, which is about this guy who's like plays guitar and he's in a club at college, and this other guy like goes to this other guy joins him, and then the first guy ends up developing feelings for the other guy, and it becomes a whole thing. And the other guy is straight up gay, so then like the first guy's trying to figure out, like, where are we going with this shit? I'm not, but yeah, I do like it. It's one of the like 5 manhwa I've ever read and been okay with. But okay, that's cool. What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Wild City.
Wild City. So everyone keep that in mind. Manga Chef, your turn.
So I found a Steam page.
You're not gonna let that die. All right, I applaud you. Go for it.
And it updates pretty frequently about all the new visual novels coming out.
Coming out on Steam?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have like details and stuff, or is it like my favorite curator, Nep, where every review is Nep?
It has like has all of them.
Okay. I'll admit, there's recently been a pretty big influx of visual novels to Steam, so I'm never really sure what's going on there. What's the name of the curator?
It's just called Visual Novels NVLADV.
ADV. Oh. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. For those, no, let's not get any more specific than that. Remember when I brought up Criminal Girls? For those of you people who know, you know. Anyway, as for me, I want to talk about a podcast actually. Since I've been a fan of the Best Friends, and I became part of their podcast and a friend of Continue and became involved in their podcast, I sort of opened myself to listening to podcasts because they're like radio shows, but you can download them and listen to them on the train and shit, which is cool because of how my job works out with me needing to travel all the time. And besides music, sometimes you want to hear something informative. So, the podcast I've been in on recently is called Disgraceland. So, you guys know what true crime is, right? Like the genre of television show and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a bunch of true crime podcasts in general, like My Favorite Murder and shit. But Disgraceland is a little specific because it's about musicians and shit that's happened. So, for example, Jerry Lee Lewis might have killed his 5th wife. So there's an episode about that. Spade Cooley was straight up a murderer. So there's an episode about that. There's the guy who they made the movie about. Shit. What's the name of that movie with Macaulay Culkin? Party Monster? Is that it?
I believe so.
Movie, right? With Macaulay Culkin acting like Michael Alec, the guy who invented the club scene here in New York.
I'll be honest, you will probably know the answer better than all of us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Party Monster. So Michael Alec was the guy who like created the club scene here in New York, like the club kid thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like friends with a whole bunch of people. And one year he just after like having lost a bunch of his shit, because Giuliani started cracking down on drugs here in New York. So Giuliani cracking down on drugs really fucked up the club kids, because the drugs was kind of their whole shtick. Funny, Michael Alec's parties is where RuPaul got their first start, amongst other things. Lots of people were hanging out at those parties. So Michael Alec was really in debt to a drug dealer, and one day after being high off his fucking mind, he murdered the drug dealer so he wouldn't have to owe him money and cut him into pieces. And he kept telling people he did it. But the thing is, Michael Alec was a crazy guy, and he often liked to joke about dumb shit. Like, he had a party where the theme was come in dressed as a serial killer. So people didn't take him seriously, obviously. And then it turns out, oh shit, he was serious. The episodes are pretty short. They're like 30, 40 minutes. Most podcasts I listen to are like an hour long. So I've been able to like burn through a lot of the episodes of the podcast. And it's been pretty cool. A lot of it is stuff I kind of knew, like on the periphery, but now I know like much more about. One of the episodes I just recently listened to is actually about something that's really special to me. I say special. It's more like a thing that I know a lot about. So, as you people know, I'm a huge music nerd. If you've had to listen to the show before, you might have had to listen to the bits where I take out a guitar and explain a music thing from the thing we're talking about, and how it's interesting or weird or funny. So, Norwegian black metal is like one of the most extreme forms of music as far as subcultures and music in general go. They're obsessed with sounding primitive and raw, and it's all really simple but really aggressive. When the scene was coming up in the 90s, there was a lot of really crazy shit going on. Like, the bands would, in an attempt to prove that they were the most intense and that they were the most against society, they burned down churches. And one guy killed a gay guy just because. Mm-hmm. Like, it was really intense. And I think it came to a head, more or less, when the singer from one band, his name is Vog Vikernes, but he went by Count Grishnak, because that's the kind of shit they like to call themselves, murdered the guitarist and singer to another band, Euronymous. Euronymous was the singer, and, well, guitarist / singer. He did a lot of shit for Mayhem. And Mayhem is like one of the first black metal bands to have ever like really been important and big. Freezing Moon is actually one of my favorite songs by the band. I'm not super into black metal, but I know a lot about it because when you're into extreme metal, like death metal and thrash metal, a lot of the time people would go like, oh, you're like Satanist, and oh, you're like crazy. And that's not really true. Most of the guys who like do death metal and black metal are like, and thrash metal are like pretty chill guys as far as people go. As a matter of fact, I remember mentioning to my good friend Manga Chef Isaiah about Cannibal Corpse, and like a lot of their like lyrics are like based on like real serial killer shit. And it's like, don't you think the kind of people who do that may be like a little weird? And I was like, nah, Corpse Grinder Fisher is one of the nicest people I've ever seen. He's a really well-spoken, chill guy, and he spends all his time playing World of Warcraft and spending time with his kids. So he has a tattoo on his arm of the Horde logo. That's how serious he is about Warcraft. Like, the dude is all in. And then you compare it to the guys who actually kind of lived that lifestyle. The original black metal guys from the Norwegian black metal guys from the 90s. Like, Dead is literally what the guy called himself. He changed his name to Dead because he wanted to be considered like the essence of what it means to be dead. His name is like Per Yngve Olin or whatever. They all have really fucking crazy names because they're Norwegian. But yeah, so like Dead killed himself one day, and like he left a note that said sorry for the mess, and then Euronymous came in and he took a picture of the body and he used it as the cover of their live album, and he also took pieces of his skull and gave it to the rest of the members of the band, and they wear it like necklaces around their neck. And fucking so Varg Vikernes was like, hey, Euronymous owes me money. Also Varg had gotten deeply into like Nazi crap, so he was like, and he's a filthy brown-eyed degenerate. So, and I heard that he's going to kill me. So what he ends up doing is going to Euronymous' house saying, I'm going to sign the thing for my band, Burzum, to be part of your record label. So that way you can get your stupid royalty money. And of course, Euronymous is like, yeah, money, cool, let's do it. Like he was a socialist, not a fucking Nazi. So, he was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then when he gets in, he goes like, you're going to kill me, aren't you? And Euronymous goes, fuck, and just attacks him. And after a very long fight, which ends with Euronymous getting chased out of his building and slowly stabbed to death, Varg Vikernes has to go to jail. And a bunch of other guys admit to the church burnings, and one guy admits to having killed a gay guy. And they all go to jail. The guys who go to jail goes to jail, and everyone else comes out. And when you see like interviews with these guys, they really are. They talk the talk. Apparently, they were the kind of guys that were like, if you don't live like in the weird, dark fucking shit that you talk about, you're a poser and you're full of shit. So like getting to listen to the episode about the crazy shit that they used to do was like really cool and interesting. And actually, last year a movie came out about directly adapted from a book, which is talking about the Norwegian black metal scene in the early '90s. It's called Lords of Chaos. But yeah, Disgraceland is a really cool podcast, and I can't wait to listen to more. They got episodes on Johnny Paycheck, the guy who shot John Lennon, fucking the XXX Tentacion kid. Like, I'm really interested in seeing where this goes. So yeah, that's really cool. And like I said, the episodes are 30 to 40 minutes, so not hard to just pop one in and go through it for a bit. The guy's voice is pretty interesting too. So yeah, that's all I got to say. And with that, we've covered all our bases. And thank you for listening to Manga Palate. If you're still here, you get it.
Yeah, you guys get it.
Do I get it?
No.
No, maybe not. We'll find out.
Am I still banned?
Yeah, you're still banned. Don't ever come back on the show.
Never come back on the show. You're a disgrace.
Alright, thanks for listening.
Yeah, you might come back on the show. Okay, bye.